Hey, where is my stuff? My room is empty. What did you do with it? Hey! I know you saw my messages. Are you the one who did this, Isabel?
Shut up. You just yap and yap and yap like a dog. I was in a good mood just now, too.
Just answer me. Where are you guys? My dad's car isn't here.
Huh? Us? We're going out to eat right now. Me, Mommy, and Daddy. The whole family's here. We're celebrating me moving on to high school.
Oh, I see.
What's that? You weren't invited? You were left behind to eat all alone at home? Aw, poor you. Well, I guess it makes sense, because today we're celebrating as a family. And my dad's ex-wife's daughter isn't family. It's just how things are, right?
That's enough. More importantly, where did you put my stuff? Where did you hide it? Give it back!
I'm not returning it. It's not even in the house anymore. Because tomorrow you won't be in the house anymore either. I can't fit all of my mom's and my clothes and accessories and stuff in my room. So I had to tear your room down to make room for a new closet. And since we were talking about kicking you out...
What the hell? What do you mean?
You can't figure it out? God, you're dumb. We don't need you in the house. You walk around my house shamelessly even though you're a stranger. Aren't you embarrassed?
I'm not staying or anything. This was my house to begin with. My mom died, and then you all immediately rolled in and started living here. My dad's mistress and his stepchild.
So what? My mom and dad are already married. And the three of us are a happy family. My daddy, the president of a huge company, my beautiful mommy, and me. It's really annoying having some outsider here. We don't need some stranger's kid hanging around, so why don't you just get out already? Then we can be the perfect family.
I have every intention of leaving this house eventually. But my junior year in high school isn't exactly a great time. So, again, for the last time, where did you put my stuff? Did you throw it all away?
Daddy said it might be good to send it to your granddad's house for the time being. So, I sent it there for you. You should be grateful I didn't just throw it away.
My granddad's. I haven't seen him since I was little. I haven't spoken to him in forever. I guess I have no chance but to count on him, though.
Daddy said he'd send you the address later. Sorry, I get disgusted whenever there's a lot of garbage in the house. So please leave by tomorrow.
Seriously, enough already. And my dad, too. Marrying the woman he cheated with as soon as my mom died. I don't need that nasty woman or you in my life. I'll go to my granddad's house or wherever. So help yourself to the house.
Ah, I see. Well then, why don't you spend the rest of your life taking care of your grandpa? You probably aren't capable of doing much else. I'm going to follow in my daddy's footsteps and become the company president. I've got life on easy mode. If you have trouble finding a job, I can hire you. I'll put you to work cleaning toilets for the rest of your life. Okay then, bye-bye. Hey, it's been ages. Wait, what's your name again? Oh, that's right, Sarah. How have you been?
Look who it is, Isabel. I'm good. What do you care?
Because I'm in a great mood today. And I was thinking I'd share how gloriously my life is going to the sad sack living at her granddad's.
Wow, you're as annoying as ever. You must have a lot of time on your hands.
I'm in college now. I've joined clubs and made friends. And I hang out with them every day, and go to parties. And I have a handsome boyfriend now. We're going on a trip together soon. It's great, isn't it?
Wow, yeah, amazing.
When I tell people I'm the daughter of the company president, people take extra care of me. They buy me drinks and start hanging around with me. Guys start hitting on me even though I have a boyfriend. It's almost too much.
Wow.
But by doing this, I'm establishing my future status as a female company president. I'm definitely going to be living rich and comfortable for the rest of my life. Life is so easy. It's the best.
What? What are you talking about? That's just not true. I'm the one who's inheriting the company.
Oh, what are you talking about? Did you get a head injury or something? Daddy picked me as his successor. Are you still under the impression that you're part of the family or something? You may be Daddy's child, but you're not family. I won't let some outsider get in my way.
No. I was going to talk to you about this after you graduated college, but I'll tell you now, since you made an effort to reach out to me.
Oh yeah? Out with it then.
I was talking with my granddad. You know what he told me about that company that my dad runs? It's actually my granddad's company. Dad was promoted to president after he married my mom. It seems he's completely forgotten that, though.
Well, so what? I don't see how any of that matters.
Do you really not get it? In other words, my mother's family owns the company. And being my mother's daughter, I'm inheriting it. My granddad decided.
What? I don't understand. Why would it be your granddad's decision? He's got nothing to do with the company now. My daddy is president now, and he decided that I would inherit. I'm the successor.
I get that you might not want to hear this, but... Hey, what did my dad buy you recently?
What? What do you mean?
You used to brag about getting presents all the time, remember? On your birthdays, on Christmas, as a reward for good grades, or on holidays, or even on any ordinary day. You said you got a lot of expensive things. And you said you bet no one had ever gotten anything like that for me.
What's your point?
But recently, he's not been buying anything for you, has he? On the contrary, your allowance has actually decreased, hasn't it?
What? How do you know that?
Well, Dad was fired from the company.
Huh?
After you kicked me out and I went to my granddad's house, I told my grandparents all about what you guys did to me. He was not happy with my dad at all. And before I knew it, he had handled it. He relieved my dad of his position as president, demoted him, and eventually fired him. It seems he was embezzling money in order to support you guys. So he wasn't given any severance.
Huh? Huh? I don't understand. Nothing you're saying makes sense.
I'm only telling the truth. My dad's working a part-time job now. No respectable company wants to hire him. He didn't want you or your mother to find out. He's trying desperately to keep the same standard of living. The other day, I saw him cleaning at the supermarket. His face went white as a sheet when he saw me. He gave me $40 to not tell anyone.
You're lying. He's the president of the company. There's no way he was fired.
If you don't want to believe me, then don't. But as I said, I'm the heir to the company. I won't even hire you, let alone make you president.
You liar. That's not possible. I'm the heir, not you.
Listen, I'm studying law and economics in school. At the same time, I'm being trained to be the successor by my granddad and other company executives. After college, I'm going to work at another company from the same industry to get some experience. I've been doing all this, striving to become a worthy successor. And you? What are you doing? You went to college using the money your father earned from his part-time job. And now you're... what? Going to clubs and parties, vacationing with your boyfriend, living an easy life, and not studying enough. How can you sit there all smug and say you're going to inherit the company? You crack me up.
Shut up! You talk big for some stranger. I am the successor. I will become the president of Daddy's company.
I guess you haven't been listening. You really don't have any brains at all. That company is not your daddy's company. It's my granddad's, my mom's dad. And he named me as the successor. You will never be the president.
But, Daddy...
Your daddy has already lost his position. You aren't the president's daughter now. You're the daughter of a middle-aged man with a part-time job. Can't you understand that? How can a stranger's child claim to be the successor? It's time to see where you really stand. You're a shallow, lazy ignoramus, just like your parents.
Why? How can this be? How can I not be president? How can you be the successor? You're just some stranger. You've got to be kidding me.
You can cry about it all you like, but you can't change reality. Maybe you should start worrying about what you can actually do with your life, instead of worrying about whether you can become president or not.
What?
Because before long, your daddy is going to be broke. And he's still living with a woman whose only skill is to waste money. He has a college student who plays around while her parents pay all her tuition and living expenses. He's not getting any younger, and it's only a matter of time before his body starts to give out on him. When that happens, what will you do? Will you get a scholarship and start working part-time? Will you abandon your father? No matter what you do, you can't play around anymore. Will you be able to handle that, after always being able to do what you want for so long?
No. Oh God, what am I going to do?
Well, you could revise your life plan for the future. I'm a stranger, so it doesn't concern me. All right then, this conversation is over.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
You know, all the stuff up until now. How do I say this? I'm sorry. I've really thought about what I've done. So can you just hear me out for a second? Because, you know, you're my sister after all.
What?
What?
Sister? Who? We don't have that kind of relationship. A stranger shouldn't act like they're one of the family, should they? You disgust me, honestly.
Oh.
Maybe you think you're flattering me, but you're having the opposite effect. You won't get any support from me. Well then, I'm busy, so good luck with life. Goodbye. After that, I got a lot of calls from Isabel and my dad. It was annoying, so I immediately blocked them. My dad's new wife found out about how he was fired from his job, and they began having difficulties. They divorced and fought over alimony, and completely neglected Isabel. Isabel's lost all her income, and she no longer had enough for living and tuition expenses. At first, she sold her clothes and accessories and things and covered the costs with that. But naturally, there was a limit to that as well. She started messing with her mother's things, and then fights broke out between them. In the end, Isabel was thrown out of the house. She quit college and started working in clubs and places like that. Her mother disappeared, and our father gave up the house. I heard no one knows where he is now. A miserable end for a family of plebs. My mother is probably stunned as well, looking down from heaven. Afterwards, I did exactly as planned and worked full-time at a different company in the same industry after I graduated college. I'm devoting myself to my work as I learn more, and I'm living every day to the fullest. I have to repay my grandparents for sending me to college. So, I'm going to continue to work diligently to become an excellent successor to the company.
Hey, Sasha. How have you been? It's been a while, hasn't it? Did you miss me? Hey now! Come on! It's your old love, Hugo! You don't need to ignore my messages like that. I'm not going to annoy you, I can promise you that much. And look, your beloved ex-husband is going out of his way just to get back in contact with you. You should feel honored.
Not you. Beloved, huh? I don't think so. What do you even want after all this time?
Oh, there we go. You finally looked at your messages.
I kept getting your annoying notifications over and over, so I had to tell you to stop. Especially after that ridiculous comment suggesting that I still had feelings for you. Damn it. I went through the trouble of changing my number so this wouldn't happen, too. Who told you about this number, huh? God, I'd love to have a word with them.
Hey now, no need to be so cranky. I get it. You haven't talked to me in a while and you were sad that we couldn't exchange numbers. I totally get it.
Why would I ever want to speak to you again, huh? If anything, I don't want to spend a second more talking with you. You're just a nuisance who only turned my life for the worse without offering any benefits to being around you. I don't even know what you're thinking whenever I talk to you. What's your end goal for doing this anyways? I only responded to you purely to correct all of the dumb assumptions you were making about me having feelings for you. That is all.
Yeah, I don't need any of those lies. I understand what you're really feeling, deep down. Well, on to a much more interesting topic. When do you want me to move in over to where you're at?
Huh? You want to move houses? I have no clue what you're even talking about, Hugo.
Oh, come on now. You don't need to keep playing dumb. Just drop the act. You're getting a new house built soon. I know everything.
Huh? Why would you know that?
Well, I just so happened to pass by your street one day and noticed that your house was getting some touch-ups. It was an old house after all. Someone seems to be getting a renovation. And by the looks of things, that's not a house just for one person. I mean, look at the size of that.
What are you implying, huh? And why do you even know about this whole situation? Were you stalking me or something?
Now, let's put that aside for now. I'm just glad that you're still thinking about me after all of this time. I mean, you chose a house that the both of us could live in. Talk about being generous.
You're delusional, Hugo. I'm so glad I'm not engaged to you anymore.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. But I will say, you should have told me sooner if this was the case all along. Or was this your cute little way of trying to surprise me, Anyways, I'm going to have to deal with all of my documents saying I moved region now, so I won't be able to move in right away. See, we could have avoided this if you had told me sooner.
Again, I have no idea what you're trying to imply. I have no plans whatsoever to get back together with you, let alone live under the same roof.
Look, what I'm trying to say is this. I don't need this kind of bitterness about you lying about your true feelings like this, okay? I'll just adjust moving in to when the house is all renovated and completed, so don't worry about organizing the things on my end. I'll come by every now and then to check up on the progress, though. I don't want to miss the big day when it all gets done.
There's one thing I need to make very clear with you. You better get this through your thick skull.
Yeah? What's that? Are you going to tell me how much you love me? Are you finally admitting that you wanted me all this time and you couldn't wait to start living with me again?
No. You wish. I've already gotten married.
What do you mean? Oh, right. You were married to me at one point.
Hugo, stop being so immature and listen to what I'm saying. I've gone and married someone that isn't you, so I have absolutely no intention at all to get remarried to you.
You're married to some mystery man now, are you? Yeah. Cut the crap. I can see right through your lies.
So even when I say it directly, you really won't believe me?
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get back at me for leaving you alone for so long. I feel for you. I really do. But I'll make it up to you by spending my time with you going forward.
I seriously hate talking to you. You're this close to getting blocked.
Look, I saw with my own two eyes that you were building a house that was big enough to fit an entire family. Of course that was going to be for us to live in. Your parents aren't with you anymore, unfortunately. Which would only mean that I'm the one and only person left in your life that you would be willing to spend your life with. Not to mention, you've gone the extra mile and considered bringing in my parents into the mix from the looks of that house. Aren't you an absolute angel? But there you go. I couldn't see this going any other way than us getting married again. I know it. You want to get back with me. That's why you're trying to go through the trouble of getting a house that big. Look, I'm right on the mark, right? Of course I am.
I don't even know where to begin with how baffled I am after hearing all of that. Anyways, I keep telling you this, and you need to listen. I do not want to get back with you. You understand? The whole situation with getting a big house has nothing to do with you or your parents. So just lay off it and stop contacting me.
All right. I get it. It's been 5 years at this point. So of course me coming out of the blue to talk to you would come to you as a surprise. I'll leave it up to you then. Contact me when you've calmed down and organized all your thoughts, okay? Hey, Sasha! Been a while, hasn't it? Hope you didn't miss me too much. It's your beloved man, Hugo. I hope you've reorganized all of your thoughts now. I must say, I'm very impressed with how the house is going. When I walked by the other day, I noticed that there was a car parked. That must be yours. Which must mean you've already comfortably moved in at this point. Anyways, I'll head over there now. Just as a little surprise greeting, you know. Can't wait to move in with you and live together like the old days. I'll bring my parents too, of course.
Hold on a second. Don't tell me you're actually planning on moving in with both your parents.
Oh, Sasha, my beloved. So you finally decided to text me back. What a relief. Why didn't you respond to my messages yesterday? I mean, there's acting hard to get, then there's just straight up ignoring me. I'm your one and only husband. You have to respect me more. How about responding to the messages of the man you're married to? Come on now.
There's so much for me to correct you on about all of this. But for your information, I didn't respond because I couldn't yesterday. I was out all day and my phone's battery was completely done. I plugged my phone in just a little bit ago and I was stunned by the amount of texts you shot me.
Oh, come on, stop exaggerating. Though I guess you were just that happy about receiving texts from your one true love that it was shocking. I get you.
God, stop being delusional in your own little world, please. Can't you tell that I'm genuinely uncomfortable about all of this stuff you've been going on about?
Oh, come off it. I know you're still just playing hard to get because you love me so much. I mean, this is all just completely textbook to hiding your true affection.
Ugh, you're driving me crazy! Just stop talking to me, for God's sake! Why do I have to welcome you, the man who cheated on me with another woman, along with your parents who yelled at me and verbally abused me for breaking up with you, huh? I don't have any reason to restart a life with you in any capacity!
Look, about the whole cheating thing. Why don't we go ahead and brush that aside and move on?
Why would I ever do that? Do you know how much that hurt me?
Well, my mom said the same thing to you, if you remember. But that was all on you for not being attractive enough as the woman to satisfy me at the time. That's what it all boils down to. If anything, you should have paid for the divorce procedures instead of me for being so undesirable. But for some reason, I ended up paying for it all. And then over the 5 years after that, I ended up getting dumped by the chick I was going out with anyways and get fired from my job to make things worse. Rumors started spreading about me around the neighborhood too. It was all so awful. That's why you need to live in resentment for causing all this grief upon me going forward.
You're saying I need to live in resentment?
Well, I took it that you ended up feeling so resentful that you bought a house for us all to live in and patch everything up, right?
That is absolutely not why I ended up buying a new house.
Wait, calm down for a second, okay? Let's just push aside the past. We're going to be meeting up soon, so let's just forget everything and start over.
Well, I don't want to see you ever again, okay?
And while we've been texting back and forth, guess what has happened? I've just arrived at the house.
Wait, what?
I've come along with my parents in preparations to move in with you. I have all the marriage documents all sorted, so we can start living as husband and wife as soon as you'd like.
You're kidding me.
All of my luggage is going to be sent over here in the afternoon. All I have to do is wait here. Oh, and I'll leave the payments for that to you. I still haven't paid for it yet, and I think you should step in as the house owner.
You actually came here.
I sure did. Don't believe me? Look out of your window.
Huh? Wait a second.
Yeah? Surprised that I'm here. Take a good look at your beloved husband for the first time in 5 years. You're too shocked to even type back to me, huh? I don't blame you. But come on, hurry up and let us in. This is our emotional reunion, after all.
I hate to break it to you, but no one is outside?
What do you mean?
I'm saying there's no one outside standing at my house's entrance.
Huh? Wait, hold on now. Don't be playing hard to get even now. You can't be serious, right?
I'm not lying. I don't see a single person in sight.
Wait, seriously?
Where are you right now?
No, I'm saying I'm standing outside of your house. You would definitely see if you looked out the window.
I'm asking, what address are you at?
Huh? Why would I need to tell you your address? This is your old house, for God's sake.
Old house?
Well, I mean, this was the house you lived at 5 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday, though. I used to live in this neighborhood too, you know. I can't just forget your house just because I haven't been to it in a few years.
So you're in A City then? That would make a lot of sense.
Of course I am. Where else would I be? What kind of trick question are you trying to throw at me anyways? Even my parents are excited about this whole situation since they're planning on teaching you how to be a good wife and beating it all into you. So you better do your best as my personal housewife.
I'm already a housewife. I literally told you this before and you didn't believe me.
Oh, come on. I don't need your cute little lies anymore.
I had no clue what you were trying to pull off or where you even got that confidence that you could go through with this plan of yours. But I think I finally understand what you ended up doing.
What are you talking about?
Well, for starters, I might as well break the news to you. I ended up selling my old house in A City.
Huh? Hold on. You sold it?
Congratulations! You figured out how to read.
Wait, why though?
I lived in that house for over 2 years after we went through the divorce. But I noticed that the house was getting pretty old and I wanted a new change in scenery altogether after all that had happened.
No way.
And I ended up renting out an apartment for myself since I was living by myself after that. But now I live happily with my husband and his parents right now.
Your husband? What do you mean?
Maybe I should send you a dictionary. I married a man that one of my friends introduced me to.
And you live with his parents too?
Well, yeah. Not only is it a good way to save up some money before we decide to move elsewhere, but his parents are lovely people, unlike someone's parents.
Hold on. What are you implying?
I married him because, unlike you, he was kind to me from the very beginning. Though I guess you believe in the whole tough love thing, don't you? With you assuming I'm playing hard to get when I'm genuinely annoyed at you? But this is reality.
I can't believe this.
What don't you get?
You're saying all of that, but you're just trying to get a reaction out of me, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
No, I know. I need you to live with me going forward. I already moved out of my old apartment in order to live with you here. I can't just go back and cancel all of that. Besides, both me and my dad have quit our jobs to start a new life here.
What are you talking about? Wait, don't tell me you were planning on living without working by using the money I make at work?
Well, I thought you had enough money to afford renovations and stuff.
I mean, I guess I did build up a house that was big enough to hold a family, but that's located somewhere completely different. But to think that my old address was getting renovated at the exact same time. I suppose coincidences happen.
You're lying. Please, open the door already. And let's get married again and live like we used to.
You're just an idiot through and through, huh?
What?
You know I don't drive, right?
Wait, you don't?
Yeah, I'm surprised you forgot. But I remember you saying something about seeing a car parked there. Obviously, that's another household entirely. So there you have it. You've literally been standing in front of a stranger's house for the past 20 minutes.
How? I can't believe it.
Look, just hurry up and get off their property before it causes a commotion. You're literally one step away from being arrested for trespassing. Especially if the people living there are at home right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they reported 3 random people standing in front of their gate at this point.
Wait, hold on. The cops are here now. What's going on?
Well, there you go. Game over for you, it seems.
What do I do?
No clue. That's for you to figure out.
You can't just throw this all on me. You were the reason I ended up getting confused.
Well, please. This has nothing to do with me at this point, so deal with it yourself. Afterwards, rumors spread all the way to me that my ex-husband and his parents ended up getting detained by the police for fleeing the scene. And to make matters worse, they weren't in any position to explain their situation, as they couldn't say they were going to be moving into that house when the owners hadn't heard anything about the situation. Eventually, they ended up leaving without getting into any further trouble, but the police seemed to want to keep a close eye on them going forward. Now Hugo and his family have a few problems on their plates. The first being not having a place to live, and the second being that none of them have jobs anymore. And because I cut all ties with them, they didn't have any other place to go or anyone to rely on, leaving them with no choice but to rent out a tiny apartment that doesn't even come with a bathroom, slowly paying off their rent with part-time jobs.